We don't know what you're going to do. We're sending you back to where you came from. We're sending you back to Ziklag. So now, here's the story begins. David gets back to Ziklag. And he gets back to Ziklag at a time when the fires are still smoldering, so the damage, the Amalekites have come in and stolen everything, taken the wives and the children, taken everything. One theologian says, but this is poetic justice, because when David was backslidden, if you read in chapters, I believe it's like 17 or 18, David was going out through the land ramshacking, killing mothers and daughters. You don't read that? A man after God's own heart. Backslidden, just going killing folks. So now he comes back, and the same thing that he's done to others, he is experiencing. So now he's so devastated, he doesn't know what to do. But the Bible says, your text says, they spoke of killing him, stoning him. David, you have taken us off to war only to come back and find that our children, our wives, everything we owned is gone. The Bible says they wept till they had no more strength to weep. Have you ever cried? Till you had no more strength to cry? All you can do, no more tears will come out. But David says, bring me the ephod. He said, God, I don't know what to do. Shall I pursue my enemies? I'm in a quandary. I know I've lost everything. Can you imagine losing everything? And I thought about this. Houses that are foreclosed, and we just accepted what they told us and didn't pursue nothing. Just let them go take our houses, but we weren't fearful enough to say, no, you're not taking my house. I'll fight until I can't fight no more. God, shall I pursue? What do you want me to do? When he called for the ephod, the ephod was a priestly garment. That it was a Urim and a Thummim. Now, they were stones that were in the front of the ephod. And the priests, when they needed to have a decision made from God, somehow one represented yes and another one represented no. So when God spoke to David, and what I love about David as you listen to him, and look at this, beloved, the enemy can mess us up so much that the Philistines were after David. But David got so demented and so backslidden that he joined up with the very people that was trying to kill him. And he says, shall I pursue? And God says, yes. But if you read down, he says, yes, pursue. And without fail, you shall recover all. This is what happens when we don't seek God. God told us some things don't go after that. But God, I wanted. He said, don't go after that, Jan. I don't want you there. But in yourself, you talking in your flesh. Your flesh overrides what God said. And there's a whole other story behind that. So now David says, I'm going to pursue. And God has told me I'm going to recover all. 600 men, but 400 of them only went. 200 was so weak, 200 was so overwhelmed that he had to leave them. They were so distraught. This is what I want to tell you. I don't care what the enemy has taken from you. You better wear your back, shoulders back, and say, no, enemy comes in and takes our children, takes our stuff, and we're too busy whining to pursue his enemy.
Yes.
Then they don't know which way the enemy went. But look at this. Had David, had his enemies, had the Philistines, had not sent him back to Ziklag when he did, he would have missed the moment. What are you saying? Our ears, our eyes have to be so in tune with God that God, I don't want to miss another moment. What I said in my golden years, these have got to be my focus years. I can't be distracted. I got to be like a horse that has blinders on. I can't let folks talking about me. And folks don't like me, distract me from what you having pity parties when there's a moment, a window of opportunity. You need me to move, and I'm so overwhelmed that I'm looking my own girl. No, it's time to move. It's time to move. There's a moment. So here David goes, and they find an Egyptian that the Amalekites, because he worked for one of the Amalekites, have left on the side of the road. And David begins to ask him, he said, which way did he go? He said, if I tell you, y'all won't kill me, will you? Now I'm doing a lot of paraphrasing. Read it. And they fed the Egyptian. They nursed him back to health. And then he shows them where the Amalekites are. So now here goes David and his army. But this is it, beloved. We're going to cover all, but God's got to give us a strategy. If I pass this mic around, I'm sure all of us could talk about what we lost. I'm sure that we could expound on our losses.
All right.
But I stood in my sanctuary. Our sanctuary last a couple Sundays ago, and I said, now, it's hard for us to get you to bless God. It's hard for us to tell you, give God praise. Ask all those hundreds of runners in Boston that some of them don't have legs no more. Some of them don't have arms no more. Some of them have lost life, lost multiple members. And I wonder if they would just trade a minute with you. And we got to say, bless God, give God praise, give God thanks. You want to bless God just on your own. If your mother is alive today, you own God. If your children come back and call you blessed, do you know how many mothers that are wishing my child would come back and say thank you? One of the young women that was found in Cleveland don't even want to see her mother. Been gone from 10 years from her mother and don't even want to see her. We take so much for granted. But back to David. He goes into the enemy's camp with a strategy. Now, the Amalekites and the enemy is just dancing. Ooh, look what we took from them. Look what we took. We took all his spoil. We got all of his children. We got both of his wives. Oh, so they just drinking, having a good time. So the Bible says about midnight, but it really wasn't midnight. It was feeling like twilight.